What's up, people? The EU delivers 105 military vehicles to Ghana in face of jihadist threat from Sahel. I'm Chibuzo Machuku. I would appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Ghana has already received 100 vehicles from the EU and is expected to later on receive, in addition to them, electronic warfare systems and aerial surveillance equipment. In a statement, the EU said the Ghana aid was part of a broader 616 million euros package to strengthen defense and security of the four coastal countries of the Gulf of Guinea. The EU was referring to Ghana, the Ivory Coast, Togo, and Benin. Now, while Ghana has not reportedly received any attacks, neither has the Ivory Coast, Togo and Benin reportedly have received attacks from the jihadist havoc from Sahel. Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, said, and I quote, "It is imperative to understand that no single country can confront the terrorist threat on its own. Collaborative efforts among the nations facing this challenge and a critical support from partners such as the European Union, who share our security concerns, remain crucial in mitigating the terrorist threat in the West African region." EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said EU investment would also target job creation and services, especially in northern Ghana, where there are concerns jihadists seek to take advantage of socio-economic dissatisfaction. As you know, the Western nations, especially France, are on the same page with the jihadists. They're on the same page with terrorists. Terrorists that have been in action in African countries. Why? They have been exploiting Africa. They've been using terrorists such as Boko Haram as part of the process. France was accused of bringing the terrorists into Africa. They allegedly brought those terrorists and then used them to convince Africans that they need the presence of the European troops. Yet, the troops of Western nations, such as France, Germany, the UK, the US, and so on, never did anything to contain the terrorism. That is why the French troops were asked to leave countries such as Niger and Mali. The leaders of some of the African countries were serving the West, and some still do, which is why some of those leaders were overthrown, such as the leaders of Gabon, Mali, Guinea, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Some of the leaders are still in their offices, including the leaders of Ghana, Togo, Benin, and the Ivory Coast at least. The EU claims that the military vehicles were sent to protect those four West African countries at the Gulf of Guinea. Should I buy that? No, I won't buy that. The EU, the USA, and so on are behind the terrorist attacks. So what does the jihadist threat from Sahel refer to? In my opinion, it refers to any possible overthrow of either of the leaders inspired by the leaders of those Sahel countries. The EU wants to make sure that the leaders of the 4 African countries at the Gulf of Guinea are not overthrown. From the words that Ghana's president, Nana Akufo-Addo, said, he is on the same page with the EU. He is serving the EU and the Western countries instead of serving his own country. Ghana continues to be in a poor state and also owes debts, despite being an oil and gas-rich nation. It's because of that exploitation and the actions of the president, Akufo-Addo. It's either that he stops or he needs to be overthrown. The Ghanaians need to wake up and to do something about it before it is too late. They need to get rid of their president. The country needs that kind of revolution that others, including those Sahel countries, had. Let me not think. Thanks for watching.